Hi, everyone. We're just going to wait till everybody joins the Zoom until we start. Just be another minute or so. Okay, well, looks like everyone's here, so I thought I'd get started. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, or good morning, depending on where you are. I'm Irene Gruen. I'm the marketing director with the Digital Dealer team, and I want to welcome you to our Freeman Show Services webinar. On behalf of the entire team, I'd like to thank you for your support of our annual conference and expo. We're really excited you took the time today to join us and learn how to make your exhibiting experience a success. With me today are some of our fabulous team members. First is Craig Gabler. He's with Freeman, the Customer Experience Director, and our very own Helen Yu, Digital Dealers Operations Manager. We also have your trusty account executives here in the background, Louise Leopold and Griffin Randall. We also have Ryan O'Neill from MGM on the call as well. So here we go. Before we get started, just wanted to share a couple of things. We'll be posting a recording of the webinar on our website. So if you have colleagues that wanted to join but couldn't, or if you want a refresher later on, this webinar will be available for you. And there will be an opportunity to ask questions at the end. So you can put them in the Q&A box and we'll be monitoring them. You can put them in as we go, and then we'll either address them on the spot or most likely toward the end. By now, you should be receiving biweekly exhibitor newsletters that contain information, deadlines, and resources to help you plan for your exhibit. If you aren't receiving them, please contact us. You can put your information in the chat, or you can email us at sponsorships@digitaldealer.com. We have a few pages on our website designed to provide you with the most up-to-date resources for exhibitors, exhibitor tips, and exhibitor resources. And those links are going up in the chat from Caitlin right now, so you can save those, look at them later. And that tips page is actually where you'll find the recording for this webinar later on. Also, you'll find short video tutorials and how-tos such as using the exhibitor hub, matchmaking in the app, and even things like creating a great booth experience or booth design tips. So that's all I have for now, and I'd like to turn the mic over to Craig for his presentation. So take it away, Craig, please.
Thanks, Irene. I am Craig Gabler. I'm the Director of Customer Experience at Freeman, and I'm lucky enough to be able to help as many exhibitors as possible prepare and have the best experience working with Freeman while planning for their events. So we are going to talk very specifically about what makes the planning for a digital dealer a success and give you some tips and tricks. Like Irene had mentioned, if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat while we're going. We're going to have a live Q&A at the end where we cover those, but let's get started. I'll have about 20 to 25 minutes of content, and then we'll get to the questions. So in that time, we're going to cover these specific topics: how to access your online resources and get a hold of Freeman, what show services are available from Freeman as well as other vendors. We're going to talk a little bit about shipping and material handling. If you're newer to exhibiting, it's a little bit more of a complicated logistics process, so we want to make sure you understand that. We'll go over the show schedule and some additional details, important things to consider. We'll end with some on-site tips and then our Q&A. So the first thing that we like to talk about is if you are newer to exhibiting, it can be a little overwhelming. It actually takes quite a lot of time to really dig into the information that's shared about the specific show, getting to understand the rules and regulations. So we always consider it should at least take about 45 days from the first day of movement for you to really plan for those logistics. And so we suggest that you start no later than Friday, August 23rd. I'm sure many of you already have, but that's kind of the sweet spot where you can really dive into the information. It's top of mind because you're getting ready for the event, and that'll help you also connect with the right vendors at the appropriate times. So if you haven't started yet, let this exhibitor webinar kind of be the reason to inspire you to start planning. Now, Freeman is the official general contractor, which means we cover lots of different services. And your main point of contact that you've submitted for the show we should already be proactively communicating with you through our pre-show campaign. We have 3 different emails that we send during the preparation time where we send direct links to our exhibitor portal and allows you to access all of the information about the show, all of the Freeman rules and regulations, the logistic details, etc. There's a pre-show email. We send one right the week before the discount deadline, which should be any day now, right? And then we also will send you one about a week before the show with some really important details on show site contact information and some last minute recommendations to prepare for the event. So be on the lookout for those. If you are not the main point of contact, there's still lots of different ways that you can access Freeman services directly from the exhibitor hub. So when you're within the Digital Dealer hub, you'll see there's a screenshot right there. Within that, click on Order Furniture, Carpet, and Signs. That will take you directly to the Freeman site. We call it Freeman Online. The one thing is, if you have not worked with Freeman before, we'll ask you quickly to just set up your account. But that takes about 1 minute. And from there, you'll get dropped into our exhibitor portal that's Freeman specific. But it has a lot of information, not just about us, but about the show in general. So right at the main homepage, we try to give you lots of information that's helpful, from my dynamic show schedule at the top that will tell you what the next most important logistical detail is. It has an area that shows what's included in your booth. We have a shop products and services tile, which is really sort of like an Amazon style where you can place things in your cart, really consider, shop, and compare from the different items you might need from us. There's a whole section about shipping and material handling. You can order from a previous show. You can set up a shipping quote. Lots of great things just from that main home page. There's also a feature at the bottom left called Need Help. Maybe you don't know what you need. Maybe you need to ask a specific question. So there is a widget at the bottom left you can click on and ask it a question, and it'll take you directly to the area within Freeman Online that you may be looking for. Freeman Online is a fully digital site, which means that all of our information lives natively in the site, but maybe you want to save that information, save a PDF or print it out. There's always on our informational pages a place in the top right corner where you can click print, so you can save or print that information, share it with your coworkers, etc. Now, for Digital Dealer, you might be curious what's included in your booth. So each 10 by 10 booth is automatically set the way that you see on the screen as 8-foot high black drape, 3-foot high side drape so that you can see down the aisles. You'll also get an ID sign for 300 square feet booths or smaller. It's automatic. It comes with your company name on it. If you're larger than that, we will still print you that sign. You just need to let us know. And the reason for that, typically the larger booths come with some kind of exhibit structure itself that might have its own branding, but we're happy to give you that sign as well. And then every booth also comes with the booth and the exhibit areas are carpeted with existing hotel carpet, and you also get a wastebasket. So this is what the general booth structures will look like before you place any additional orders. Now, Freeman is the official services contractor for many services you might need. So we're going to dig a little bit into some of these to give you a bit more information, but there's many services that we cover. There's other services that other vendors cover, and we will talk about them when we're done talking about Freeman. So the most important thing is Freeman wants to make sure that you have a great experience and that you get the best return on investment. And so the first way you can do that is by taking advantage of order discount deadlines. So the discount deadline for Freeman is Monday, September 9th. So keep that important date in mind, because all of your orders that you place online will have a significant discount than if you were to place that order at show site. So Monday, September 9th. Make sure you write that down. I should mention other vendors also have a discount deadline that's probably quite similar to ours, but it might not be specifically the same date. So really keep that in mind. And as you start considering what services you need, make sure that you check Freeman or other vendors' deadlines as well, because we all want you to save money. Flooring is the exhibit area is carpeted with existing hotel carpet, but should you want a different look and feel, Freeman is the flooring vendor. We have quite a few different levels of Freeman carpet in many different colors. We have tile, we have turf. So as you start to explore what you want your exhibit space to look like, we have many different options that might help you start from the ground up. We also have lots of different furnishing options. So as you're considering the intention of your booth, right, whether you are going to be networking with your clients, whether you're going to be displaying products, or whether you're giving a presentation, consider the furniture, the layout, how you organize your space. There's lots of different furnishing options, lounge furniture, presentation style equipment. So whatever you have, we can help you equip that booth so that you meet the needs of what your strategy entails for the show. We can also print any sign and graphics. We have a full graphic shop. So if you need banners or if you need additional supplies printed for your show, we are also a signed and graphics shop. And then we have complete exhibit solutions, right? Beyond just the pipe and drape that the booth comes with, you might actually want to have a back wall with some kind of graphic on it if you don't have one that you're shipping in. So we have lots of amazing professional exhibit solutions at all different price points. The two on the left, the bundles and the packages, you can actually just order right from online. It's like a point and click. You tell us what you're looking for, and we will set you up with those specific packages. But even if you want to go above and beyond that, we have a full exhibit house as well. So we have a modular exhibit collection and a custom fabrication center. So really, when you think about the exhibit solution of your dreams, we can make that a reality for you. Now we're going to pivot from like display and exhibits to really talk about labor. If you're newer to an exhibiting experience, or you've maybe done a show in a different city, the most important thing to remember is union jurisdictions change from city to city, location to location. Even some shows have very specific expectations. So it's really important to dig in and fully understand those rules and regulations for Digital Dealer. So for Las Vegas, you have quite a few opportunities to do and set up your own display material. So full-time exhibiting company employees can set up and tear down their own booth materials, perform maintenance on their own equipment after setup. You can open all your boxes, stock your shelves, distribute, set up your product, etc. You can even hand carry your material from your own vehicles. We'll have a designated unloading area or through the main entrance of the facility. If you do need mechanical assistance to assist moving your freight, that does fall into the jurisdictions, and we can support you with material handling. But you can also install your own lighting, computers, monitors. So you have a lot of opportunity to build your own structure without the requirement of assistance from additional labor teams. But should you need that, we always have the right kind of equipped, informed, educated team members to help build or dismantle your structures. If you need display labor from us, the display labor rates are always per person per hour. It's 1 full hour at a minimum, and then it goes up by half-hour increments. You can always request labor to start at any time of the day, but any day at the beginning of the day, we can always guarantee you they will start at that time. Let's say you're coming in the afternoon and you want to have labor meet you. We'll have the next available team support you. So when you get to show site, it's just important to check in at the exhibitor service center and let us know whenever you're going to be ready for your labor. If you need to cancel, let's just complete that in writing within 24 hours in advance. And some people really don't, they want to exhibit because they want to meet their clients. They want to shake their attendees' hands and make connections. They're not interested in the display and the dismantle and installation. So we can actually do that on your behalf so that when you get to the show, you can just show up and everything is ready for you to get to work and meet your clients. That's called Freeman supervised. And that's an opportunity you can set up as well should you want it. Now, Freeman's also the what we call a material handling services provider. Now, you may have heard the term shipping and handling. It's very similar to that, where if your company is shipping items on their own transportation company, maybe even in your own vehicle, that's what we call inbound shipping. And there's actually two different locations you can ship to. You can ship to the advanced warehouse, and that's actually a different facility where we will hold it and store it for you for up to a month before the show, so that we have an advanced warehouse available starting on September 6th. And we will hold that there, and then we will bring it to the show in advance. Or if you don't need that and you want to ship directly to show site, you can also do that. And that begins on October 7th. So both of those, your transportation will get the items to one of those facilities, the advanced warehouse or directly to show site. That's when material handling actually takes over. So whether it's at the warehouse or whether it's a show site, we will unload those vehicles. We will then bring it to your exhibit space and deliver it to your booth so that you can unpack, prepare for the event. Another part of material handling is actually holding your empty containers. As you imagine, some of them are quite big crates or cases. Instead of having to worry about them in your booth, we hold them for you during the show. We bring them back at the end of the show so you can pack. And then on the end, we will then have you fill out some paperwork so you can turn that shipment, that completed shipment, over to your carrier to take it to its location. So as you see, shipping and material handling sort of go hand in hand, but they are two different services. So material handling, that's a lot, right? Getting to the warehouse or show site, the empty storage, moving it, we touch it a lot. We try to make it as easy as possible for you to understand and budget. So it's a per pound charge. You don't have to worry about how many times we're touching it. It's all based on what it weighs. So all you have to do is figure out the weight of your shipment that we're going to be handling throughout the show experience. And then it's just you multiply it by the per pound charge. And that includes all of those different services. So it's really easy to budget. We even have a calculator built right into Freeman Online to help you understand and be able to budget appropriately for the material handling fees. Like I said, there's a lot to do with shipping and material handling. So we have a whole section on our website just about that experience, right? So it has the rates, it has overview, educational material. So if you're not that familiar with it, we really encourage you to spend some time in the shipping and material handling section so you understand those key dates, etc. It's really helpful. At show site, we will receive things from specific carriers that show up, but you might be bringing things in your own vehicle. We call those POVs, or privately owned vehicle. Those are cars, pickup trucks, vans, trucks, even a taxi or an Uber. If we're receiving things, we can get those directly from POVs. Loading docks, those are a little different than the actual material handling where trucks would go, right? And so if you need POV cart service, workers can come with a flat cart and move all of those items to your booth. And because of that, we actually have a special rate. Instead of billed by the weight, it will actually just be a per pound round trip charge of $207.75. And that will move those items to your booth and back to your vehicle at the end of the show. And that also includes any kind of services like empty storage, et cetera. So if you're coming in with your own vehicle, your material handling would be based on the cart service. Again, like I mentioned, we hold all of those empties and store those items while the show is going on. Obviously, you don't want to hold those in your booth space. So we will hold all those empties off to the side or out on the docks, and then we will bring those back at the end of the show. I bring this up because sometimes people think the show is over, we're going to get all of our crates right away. Sometimes it does take quite a bit of time to get those empty containers back. So keep that in mind before you schedule your outbound flights. If you are the person that's going to be helping tear down your booth and prepare it for outbound shipping, that empty containers need to come back at a certain time, and it does take quite a few hours. If you do need an expedited shipment or you need to catch a flight right away, you can get priority empty return stickers that will guarantee those items are come back within the first 2 hours of move out so that you can get on your way. Anytime things are leaving the show, we need complete paperwork filled out. So just like when you go to FedEx or UPS, you need to fill out one of those slips that says you're shipping back to this location on this carrier and it's 4 pieces, et cetera. We need that same legal document paperwork. We call it an MHA or material handling agreement so that we can have your authorization to turn it over to the appropriate carrier. So you leave all of your freight in the booth, you turn in this paperwork, you call your carrier, give them the information when they're supposed to check in, and that's the final process at the end. This is what the paperwork looks like. So just be sure before you leave, if you're shipping items out, even if they're going in your own vehicle, you will need outbound paperwork like this to ensure that that process goes smoothly. We're also a shipping company as well. So while we handle the freight, if you need us to pick it up at your show or even move it after the end of the show, you can get a quote from us and we'd be happy to do those shipping services as well. Now that was a lot. Freeman does a lot of different services, but we don't do everything. And in fact, you'll see there's lots of other contractors that offer services that will help you plan for your exhibit. So whether it's audio visual, electrical, shipping in international shipping and customs, donations, overhead rigging, you'll see all of those different vendors, but we don't expect you to remember all of those. You know, that's a lot to take in who does what service. But if you go to Freeman online, even if Freeman is not the official vendor, we will have links to all of the other vendors on that same page at the bottom listed as other vendors. So you can feel confident when going to Freeman online. Any of the services you might need from those vendors are listed on the site. We're going to cover some quick important show site information. Move-in begins for exhibitors on October 7th. This is the complete schedule of move-in. When we move into the October 8th, 9th, and 10th is the exhibit hall hours you see listed, exhibitor move-out times. Just a couple things I want to mention and point out at the end. The last time exhibitors can be on the floor is that Thursday, October 10th at 6 p.m. But the next day, it's actually been extended. Carriers can check in the next morning on the 11th up until 8 a.m. And then all materials need to be off the floor, put on carriers and moved out of the facility by 6 p.m. That's been extended. So keep these dates, important times. So when you set up or when you move out, you consider this. And all of this information is listed in a very easy to download form called the Quick Facts that you can find within Freeman Online.
I
Now at
just wanted
Showsite,
to add,
oh
sorry,
sure,
Craig,
go
just
ahead,
wanted
Helen.
to add, just because I don't want to miss that opportunity to include that when we say that exhibitor material must be cleared by 6 p.m. on Friday, that is not meant for, you know, exhibitors to come in on Friday to pack up. We need everything cleared by Thursday evening. Everything needs to be packed and ready for pickup from the dock area or from the floor to the dock. So a lot of times there's confusions with new exhibitors coming in on Thursday or on Friday and say, what happened to all my stuff? Well, if it's not clear by Thursday afternoon, if it's not packaged, if it's not palletized, then it will likely be already declared as abandoned and thrown out. So please keep that in mind. Once the show ends, do not leave any valuables. Do not leave things unpacked. Try to pack as much as possible so that Friday is literally just for pickup and clearing out, not for coming in and sending crew on Friday morning to pack up, because things will not be there.
Thank you. That was perfect. Yeah. So you should have everything done, packed, ready to go, have your paperwork turned in by the end of Thursday. Friday's just to have movement and carriers check in and grab those things and take them. Thank you for that clarification. When you get to show site, there might be questions that you have. You might want to check on a shipment to see the status of it, delivery, et cetera. We have on-site exhibitor services teams at show site, and we will actually leave a flyer in your booth space that has contact information for the folks that are at show site. So look for that specific 8.5 by 11 flyer. It'll be left in your booth, and it actually has a picture of this lady that you see on the screen here. Just some quick cost savings tips. The biggest thing about all these logistical things is planning ahead will save you money. Even if it doesn't feel like it, having all of your ducks in a row will help you have a more efficient time and save your teams and crews money. So be sure to review the exhibitor service manual and understand those important deadlines. You want to order prior to vendor discount deadline dates for your best rates. Make sure you include all setup instructions with your labor orders you submit, and send a copy of them inside the crates too. So when folks are unpacking, they know exactly how to fabricate the structure exactly the way that you need. You want to consolidate shipments and avoid late to warehouse fees whenever possible. But again, the most important thing, make sure your teams who are going have all that paperwork, right? You might be the person planning it in advance, but make sure that you send all of those copies of invoices, tracking numbers, et cetera. That will help save time and money when you're at show site. And I believe that is my last slide. If you have questions, we are happy to have any questions fielded about the show specifically, how to prepare. We have lots of great folks waiting to help you. So you can call our contact center. And in fact, you can chat us, text us, call us, video chat even. So whatever you need, we have teams that are ready to help you prepare for the show the way that you would like. And with that, we're going to open it up. I think Irene and Helen are going to help me. We're going to have a Q&A. I know we actually have someone from the MGM as well. So if there's any questions about those services, we're here to answer whatever questions you may have.
Sure, and we already have one question here for you, Craig. If we estimate high on the material handling, does Freeman charge us based on actual weight received?
We absolutely do. So that is an estimate. We do not charge off of that. We will wait until we actually get the official weight of it, and then we will bill off of that. Yes, great question.
Not seeing not seeing any other questions. Does anybody have any other questions? None? Does anyone have anything else to add that maybe something to look out for? Helen or
Irene,
maybe MGM?
Irene, we just got one more question in the Q&A chat.
Okay, great. I have a question about booth scanners. Do we need to purchase them?
If
There
it's
is,
booth, yeah, sure,
if
go
you,
ahead.
I'm happy to jump in. There's one booth scanner that's included with all exhibit booth that are for all of our exhibitors. But if you need to purchase additional, you can do that. And if you want to send me an email or give me a call, I'll walk you through that process.
Great. Thanks, Louise. Don't be shy, everybody. Last chance for questions. Okay, well, with that, I guess we'll wrap. So I just want to thank you, Craig, for your time and all of the information. Thank you to everyone who joined, and thank you to the Digital Dealer team who hopped on to help as well. So thank you very much and have a great rest of your afternoon or morning.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
Bye.